Today, the MOE Real Estate team is in Langley at Backyard Vineyards as part of our series on local businesses that you might want to check out. Another busy day of real estate, Toni. Time for a glass of wine?
Actually, for those who know me, I don't really care for wine, but I'm really hoping that they will change my mind.
Well, let's go in and check it out. All right, so we're here at the Backyard Vineyards in Langley with Liam, the head winemaker, I guess it's called.
Correct, yeah.
Thanks for talking with us today.
Hey, no problem.
Really cool place. I've actually never been here before, but tell us a little bit about Backyard Vineyards and what sort of wines you guys make, and so a little history behind the place here.
Yeah, sure. So Backyard has gone through quite a few different iterations. So myself, I've been here for about 4 years now. And even during that time, it's gone from privately owned. We're now publicly owned, part of a publicly owned portfolio. So it's Diamond Estate Wine and Spirits. They're based out of Niagara, and that's where their whole portfolio is until we came online. So we're their first West Coast acquisition. They're trying to get into the BC market and make it more of a nationwide company. But historically, and even moving forward, what we're going to be is a Langley-based company, right? So it's all sort of in the name, right? So we are Backyard Vineyards. We're in your backyard.
Right.
So yes, moving forward, there are plans to get into within the bigger portfolio, get into the interior, but Backyard itself is going to be this is Backyard, what you see right here in Langley, right? So it's fun for us because it's Langley, it's the Fraser Valley, right? There's a big agricultural sort of hub here, and this is a very small part of it, but we're happy to play that small part. So we have a very diverse portfolio of wines, but I would say maybe not specialties, but things that we're the most proud of are what represent Langley the best.
How many varietals of wine do you guys make?
So we make 2 different sparklings, and those are Fraser Valley specific. So Pinot Noir, the vines you see behind us here, 100% Pinot Noir, traditional method sparkling, and that's really near and dear to our hearts because we farm that from day one. So we see that from beginning to end. We also farm Bacchus and Madeleine Angevine in the valley. So those go into aromatic white blends. We make a Bacchus bottling. A lot of the other grapes come from the interior. So overall, I would say we have 2 sparklings, a rosé, 4 or 5 whites, whether they're varietal or blends, and then 4 reds, and then we have a reserve lineup.
That was actually one of my questions: is do you grow all the grapes here? And no, right? They're coming from other vineyards to.
Yeah, and so that the nature of grape growing and viticulture is just the climate we have here. We couldn't get, let's say, Cabernet Sauvignon Syrah ripe enough, sufficiently ripe for what we want for a full-bodied red or something.
Right.
So we have land leases in the interior. A lot of our fruit we source specifically from either Oliver or heavily Osoyoos. And again, that's just for those bigger structured reds. So your Cab Franc, your Cab Sav, Merlot, Syrah. And then some of the other white varietals, like our Chardonnay, for our reserve Chardonnay, we like a deeper, sort of more lush, rich style. And to get the ripeness for that, you got to go to a warmer climate. So that's somewhere like Osoyoos.
So how many acres of vineyards do you have?
All the wine, regardless of where the fruit does come from, is made here. So as you guys saw when you pulled in, it's a bit of a logistical mess sometimes getting a big 56-foot truck in there. But again, we're really proud of being part of the Langley sort of agricultural scene. Yes, we bring fruit in from elsewhere, but it's all made, vinified, sold here. And that's a big part of what we do from a sales perspective too, is it's mostly direct to consumer. And yes, we like to have a big presence there at the Lower Mainland, but it's the beauty of having for example, the wineries in the interior. During the winter months, they might shut down, but we have such a good relationship and a proximity to, the major city center that we have people coming in and out all day, every day of the week, even through the slow months, quote unquote.
You guys open year round?
We are.
The tasting room? Yeah, so I noticed your gorgeous tasting room over here. Lots of space to try the wines. And is there food and stuff sometimes?
Yeah, we do charcuterie plates. So it's not a fully licensed kitchen or restaurant kind of thing. Yeah. But like I said, cheese platters, charcuterie plates. So they'll do, just small sort of nibbles.
Right. You got this great outdoor area here. I noticed some more areas back here. Corporate type events and things if someone was looking for something to do for their business?
Yeah, it's actually a really great functional space. The production area is, again, we're a fully functional winery, so As you can see, the crush pad is right sort of behind us here. But other than that, the gazebo we're in right now, plus the inside tasting room, and then the hill at the top, which is right next to getting back to your other question, the 5 acres of Pinot Noir we have here. It's a beautiful space, especially on the weekends. Like we'll do live music sometimes. Could be something like a private birthday party if someone wants to blow it up a little bit, or we do like rustic sign night or a game night, bring your own board game. Yeah, different things with like local artists or vendors, or little markets. We do markets sometimes.
Is there any other, I always like to ask, is there any other businesses or places in Langley that you we're here today talking to you guys, is there any places that you kind of like to go that somebody else might not know about? Any other wineries or businesses of that sort that you find cool?
Personally, I just love like the agricultural side of it, right? Is the fact that you can, and again, I have a man bun and a beard, so I'm allowed to be a little bit hipster and say that like I really like the local idea, right? The fact that you could drive down, let's say, I know it's a very focused example, with 232nd, you could get a bottle of wine, you could take a right, grab a bottle of cider, stop off at a cheesemaker, or grab flowers for my fiance just down the road or whatever. So, but hitting different spots all the time within the geeky sort of wine side of life, like, or even the cider, like the Fraser Valley Cider, they popped up, whatever it was, 2 years ago now, or 3 years ago. Yeah. It's such a cool spot, especially if you're, going around the valley tasting wine all day. Yeah. You need something to break up the palate
almost
a little bit.
Some of those wine tour buses going around here, like in the Okanagan.
Yeah. Well, we do get a fair share of those too. And they're great, right? Because they'll hit different spots every time, or they'll cater it to whatever their group wants to do that day. Yeah. But yeah, they frequent here quite a bit. It's just tough to turn the bus around in this little spot sometimes.
Like myself, who typically I'm not even a winemaker. What would you recommend to?
If you want something that's easily quaffable just with your friends and you don't have to think about it, we have something like our Bacchus. Like I said, we farm that in the Fraser Valley. Yeah, it's really aromatic, really light. Or we have really heavy things that demand to go with food. So that's all part of the appeal of coming here and then tasting whatever you want, right? Yeah,
exactly. Good. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today. I think we'll go walk around. You can maybe show us a couple things on the property here, and go from there. So thanks again.
Totally. Yeah. Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. So they fall into that thing, which is a must pump, and it fires all the crushed up juice into either the press or into the tanks. Juice that's in these barrels right now has been in there since September 24th last year. Okay, so it fermented in there, it's aged in there, and on the bottom of these barrels right now is going to be a thick, these dimpled pads or glycol pads, so they allow us to control the temperature. So for white wines, whereas the reds, they're not going to extract that color and a lot of the polyphenols and the tannins. They won't extract that stuff unless it's quite warm. Like this.
Smells good.